Oh, good. It's 1 o'clock a.m. You're horizontal. You're comfortable. You're finally drifting off. And then your brain says, hey, remember that thing you said in 2012? And suddenly, you're wide awake, staring at the ceiling, reliving a moment that should have expired with your flip phone. Today, we're diving into the psychology of why your brain insists on replaying embarrassing memories from years ago, specifically at night, and why it feels like it just happened 5 minutes ago. First, why at night? During the day, your brain is busy. Emails, conversations, that one sock that disappeared in the dryer. Your mind is juggling incoming information constantly. But at night, the noise fades, and when external input drops, internal content rises. Your brain, which has been politely waiting in the background all day, finally says, great, it's quiet. Let's process unresolved social pain from 14 years ago. There's actually a reason for this. When you're falling asleep, your prefrontal cortex, the rational, calm, it's fine, no one cares part of your brain, starts to power down. Meanwhile, the emotional centers, especially the amygdala, are still very much online. So now the emotional part of your brain is driving the bus, and the logical part has clocked out for the night. This is like letting your dramatic friend run the meeting. Why does it feel so intense? You're not just remembering it, you're reliving it. That's because of how memory works. When something embarrassing happens, your brain tags it as emotionally significant. Emotional behavior, especially shame, tells your memory system, store this carefully. We may need it for survival. From an evolutionary standpoint, belonging to a group was essential for survival. Exclusion meant vulnerability, fewer resources, less protection, and a much higher chance of becoming something else's dinner. So, your brain logs embarrassment as, absolutely do not do that again. Even if the mistake was mispronouncing a word in a staff meeting in 2012. The hippocampus stores the memory. The amygdala stores the emotional charge. And every time you replay it, your brain reactivates both, which means your body reacts as if it's happening again. That hot rush in your chest, the full body cringe, the urge to teleport into another dimension. That's your nervous system lighting up like, we are socially in danger, at 1 a.m., in your bed, alone, in 2026. Why that specific moment? You might wonder why your brain doesn't replay something neutral, like taking out the trash. Why not remember that time you tied your tie correctly? Because embarrassment creates what psychologists call a self-relevant memory. It threatens your identity. Moments that make us feel foolish poke at our sense of competence, belonging, and status. And your brain cares deeply about those things. You don't randomly remember 2012. You remember the joke that didn't land, the text you sent to the wrong person, the time you waved back at someone who wasn't waving at you. These moments create what's called a prediction error. You thought you were about to look smooth. Reality said, nope. That mismatch gets encoded strongly. Your brain flags it as, update your future behavior. Also, never forget this humiliation. Here's the part that's both comforting and annoying. You think everyone remembers that moment. They don't. There's something called the spotlight effect, the tendency to overestimate how much other people notice and remember our mistakes. But the thing is, everyone is starring in their own cringe documentary. No one is binge-watching yours. Why does it show up at night specifically? Because your brain uses downtime to consolidate memory. When you're relaxed and drifting towards sleep, your mind starts sorting old experiences. It's like your brain opens a filing cabinet labeled unresolved social data, and at 1 a.m., the intern running the system accidentally dumps the whole drawer onto your consciousness. Also, fatigue reduces emotional regulation. When you're tired, small worries feel bigger, embarrassing memories feel louder. Your brain becomes more sensitive. Here's the wild part. Every time you remember something, you don't just retrieve it, you rewrite it. Memory is reconstructive, not a perfect recording. So when 1 a.m. replays 2012, it's filtered through who you are now, what you've learned, your current insecurities, and your present-day self-awareness. Sometimes the embarrassment feels stronger because you now know better. But here's the twist. The fact that you cringe now is evidence that you've grown. If you can look back and think, wow, that was awkward, it means your social awareness has leveled up. Growth is uncomfortable retroactively. There's also a cognitive habit called rumination. Rumination is your brain's attempt to solve something that cannot be solved. But what if you had said this instead? What if you had walked away sooner? What if you never wore that shirt? Your brain treats it like a puzzle. But social moments don't have alternate endings you can edit. Rumination feels productive. It is not. The good news: embarrassing memories mean you care about social connection. They mean you have empathy. They mean you've developed standards for yourself. And most importantly, the intensity you feel is wildly disproportionate to how much anyone else remembers. Your brain is just very dramatic at night. Here's what actually helps. When 1 a.m. cringe theater starts playing, label it. Oh, this is my brain replaying old social data. Normalize it. Every human does this. Zoom out. Picture the entire year of 2012. Thousands of moments. That one event is a pixel. Add compassion. The 2012 version of you was doing their best with the tools they had. So, the next time it's 1 a.m. and your brain whispers, "Hey, remember that thing?" You can whisper back, "Yes, I do, and we survived." Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for many more extremely small problems treated very seriously. I hope to see you soon.